Hello friends, I just got to the nursery and something's wrong. I could tell when I was coming in, it just felt cold. Well, I just came in to check for water and everything. We ran out of propane overnight. It's 38 degrees in here. This is not good. I mean, everything looks okay and obviously it didn't freeze, but it's 38 degrees in here and I need propane immediately. The only reason I noticed is because this one wasn't blowing as I'm watering my seedlings over here. Because I hadn't gone down to number 3 yet. I stopped in 1, I stop here, and then I make my way down. Okay, there are 3 different emergency heaters here. I don't think any of them work. I'm gonna try to use them. In the meantime, Brad's on his way with our personal one that we have at our house. But I don't know, 38, 37, temps are dropping. I've just got off the phone with the propane company and they're trying to get me a delivery immediately. That heater doesn't work. This heater, nope, doesn't work. Tried plugging this one in, it's not doing anything. I do monitor the temperature on these houses via a Bluetooth thermostat. I didn't have the alarms turned on, so I had no idea. But you can go back on the app and look at, it shows you an hour by hour temperature gauge. So I'm able to determine that we lost propane, we ran out of propane at about 6 p.m. last night. And that's when temperatures started to drastically drop because that's also about the same time as the sun goes down. So temperatures dropped. The low, the very coldest temperature was 35. And that was around 6 a.m. this morning. And then it slowly crept up to just 37 when I got here. I know, that's why it was so cold in here. Number 1's still at 61 degrees. It's just this one that's cold.
So it couldn't have been off that long.
I don't think so.
I think it's still 61.
Everything looks fine. Delivery is here. Is this because the lines are all empty? All right, I'm shutting off all the emergency switches for the fill. Oh, there it is. And finally, number 3. Number 3 is looking real good. Oh, you're so handsome. Okay, so we're gonna set this. I'm just gonna set it back right at 65, and that's good in here. This is one of the kinds that I use, and this is number 1, labeled number 1 for greenhouse number 1. There's one in number 2, and there's also number 1 in number 3. I don't need one in number 4 right now. And then I also have one of these. 78 in here right now. It's 79 in here. Oof. Maybe I need to turn the heat down a little bit, but the sun's creeping out. This one is actually something that you can see right here. But the Govee is the other one. It's an app on my phone. So I'm actually going to turn the temp down just a touch. I'm going to turn the exhaust fan on just to drop this temperature, and you can actually watch it drop down. I can't really read anything on this thermostat, so we're getting a new one of these. Obviously, it's just a bit old. This is for the fan. So you can see now my exhaust fan is running, and that's going to pull some of the humidity and the hot air out of here. And this is going to drop down probably quickly. You can see the humidity drops faster than the temperature, but the temperature will drop. I want it to be between 65 and 70 degrees in here. Anyway, we've now switched them over from not only Bluetooth, but Wi-Fi. So now I turn the alarms on when the temperatures in these houses drop below 60 degrees. I'm going to get an alert on my phone now that's set up on Wi-Fi because I was only set up on Bluetooth before. And this this is the little plug. It's a Govee plug, and when that blue light is on, which, yeah, you guys can barely see it, but when that blue light is on, that means there's a Wi-Fi connection, and I'll be notified. I can check the situation and from anywhere. I don't have to be here like I do on Bluetooth. Look what another grower in Vernon, New York. They gave me these the other day. I went to go visit them. I'm gonna go back, guys. They have beautiful plants and beautiful greenhouses. These are fuchsias. They're different than the ones that I have. This one's a swing time. And this one starts with an M. I can't really make it out. Marinka? I looked it up. It's just a pink, like a pure pink one. Like the pink on this, but the whole thing is pink. They gave me some mandavillas as well. Pink and crimson and some white, just a few to play around with. I didn't get any of these on my order, so I'm gonna try growing these, I believe, in 10-inch pots. And this is the rest of the stuff that we potted up the other day. More lupinis, and then I had some leftover red geraniums that I'm just gonna pot up into these 4-inch pots and see how they grow. I have hundreds of more geraniums are coming in a couple of weeks, but these are just left over from the hanging baskets that I did. I hear the heat kicking on in here. This one's in number 2. This one only dropped down to the 50s. Actually, I have this set at 50 because these are just the bare root perennials in here, and these don't need any more heat. So I was actually not concerned about this house at all. It was just number 3 that I was nervous about because it was dangerously close to frost levels. Look, these are some bleeding hearts that are going real well. We've got phlox and some lilies, and there's hostas over there, hostas everywhere, more astilbe, more bleeding hearts. I'm excited. These are coming real nice. This is one of the caramel heucheras, but look, somehow a baby astilbe got in there. Got some of the white feather hostas growing really well too. Disaster averted. This is why I have to come here a couple times a day when I'm not here the whole day, but everything looks okay. The only thing that looked maybe a little bit damaged was over here, which is not a big deal because it's honestly needs to be pinched off anyway. I can't even get over here. I can't even get to him. Hold on. Ugh. The verbena looks sad. Like that looks sad, but honestly, I was gonna pinch these off today anyway because this is part of growing hanging baskets. Got to pinch off the verbena at planting. Get that down a little bit more. So when you put these plugs in and you water it, sometimes the plugs, the soil goes down and the little tops of the plugs are exposed. I asked some of my friends about that yesterday. They said it wasn't a big deal right now, but maybe when the roots get a little bit bigger and it starts to dry out faster, that it might be a big deal. So every time I see that, I'm gonna try and push it down, like back here and right here. Yep. Just loving this verbena though. Really pretty, along with this grape splashy splash. This is gonna be just a beautiful basket. This is that sky full of stars. I'm excited about that. So this is the current status of number 3. And it's like this because we don't have number 4 open yet. Number 4 needs a front door. There's a lot of stuff going on in here. So as soon as we make a couple more repairs to the drip, half of these baskets are gonna go up in here, and then the other half are gonna go up in 4. And number 4 has been cleaned out, but it still needs to be, I guess, repaired a little bit. I can show you in there quick. Can't get through it in the back. There's too much snow, but I can get through it this way. Okay, there's number 4. Walk through the snow. I got more snow. Okay, see? We need to basically just put zip board on here. And there's some weeds. We got most of them out, but we still need to drag out the garbage. And then it smells like cat pee in here because there's a pile of soil right here that the feral cats have been using this. It's kind of really gross, but really all we have to do is bring the tractor up here when the snow is gone and just take all this out, put some gravel down, and then cover it with black fabric, and this will be ready. But we have to wait until the snow is gone for that. So it won't be too much longer. And then we have so much more space for hanging baskets. There's also some construction garbage that needs to go. that's up in that corner. But this is actually the biggest greenhouse. This is 30 feet wide as opposed to the other ones that are all 24 to 25 feet wide. So this one's the biggest space, and we can do the most baskets. We could even do a double layer of baskets in here along with, you know, all the floor space. And this heater should be good to go. We tested it out, but we just have to clean this out and get a front door on this beast. And we'll do that over the next couple of weeks. Once the hanging baskets start to fill out and need to spread out a little more, that's when we'll be able to move them in here. We got a couple inches of snow last night. When I pulled up, the snow was still on number 3. Normally when the heat is on, the snow doesn't really stick as well. Oop, I can hear it falling. Yeah, it's almost all off already. Slides right off when the temperatures are nice and high in here. In case you missed the other video, I have this here so that the heat isn't directly blowing on the thermostats. Trick it a little bit. These ones look a little dry on top, but there's some moisture underneath. Those ones are in the line of fire. They dry out fastest. And honestly, the ones directly in front doesn't really bother because it's kind of above that. And then right here, these are the ones that are drying out the quickest, but not too bad. Brad's too shy to go on camera, but he talked to the, he's not too, you're being punk. He's always being a punk. The guy that just came with our propane said that the, what's it called? The alarm? The monitor that is on the tanks that alerts the company when it was low. Well, it wasn't working. So they're coming back tomorrow to put a new monitor on, and that should fix it. And he also said that they're going to check every 10 days to make sure that that doesn't happen again, because that was scary. That makes me feel better. I feel better that it was a broken monitor. And, you know, I'm not going to blame the company for this. I'm not going to blame myself for this. It's just one of those things that happens, and hopefully it won't happen again. I was getting a question about the catalog I was using for the information of how many plugs to put in each one of my trays and stuff like that. This is the catalog that I'm using. Now, this is just something that they send out to people who are their potential customers or customers. And this is where I ordered a lot of my plants. Not all of my plants. I have several wholesalers. But in the back, it says culture. You can see I've used that tab quite a bit. Go to culture. And this tells you the plants. Let's see something I'm growing. Angelonia. For 4-inch pots, 1 plant per pot, 6 to 7 weeks to finish. If you're growing a 10-inch pot right here, 3 to 4 plants per pot, it takes 9 to 11. And this tells you the temperatures that it likes, the fertilizer that it likes. Oh, does not grow well in low light. So I know Angelonia needs to have bright light. And they have this for all the plants that they sell. It's just basically a guide, tells you what to do, what size pots to grow them in, but also check with the other growers in your area. They might have information, and that's what I'm doing. It's a combination of using books like these, and every company that sells plants has a reference book like this, whether it's actually in the book or it's on their website. But this, I gotta tell you, is so great to have. And then beyond, they have select plants that they go even deeper in with their information. These are basically culture sheets for the really popular plants. Speaking of, I don't have any ranunculus for the nursery. I'm only doing that at home. I probably should get some of those. Sun patience is something I've got a lot of. There's the vinca. Anyway, all of this information is in the catalog. All right, guys, that was an unexpected event that happened this morning. We were actually supposed to be headed to Utica. It's a neighboring city, because guess what? My door is here. So we're gonna go down and pick up the brand new door. This was just supposed to be me coming in, checking on the plants, watering everything, and then heading home and heading to Utica with Brad to go get the door, which is, we're gonna go ahead and do that now. A little bit of a detour this morning, but that's okay. This is what happens, and expect the unexpected. Thanks for sticking around. We'll see you soon.